Hello, Majestic Queen. I hope everything is well with you. We are getting ready to go through getting past trauma. We need to learn how to get past the trauma so that we can go on with our lives. I want you to understand that healing is possible. But of course, with anything that we do, there must be a commitment to doing the work. So I want to briefly introduce you to trauma so that you can understand the characteristics that are designated as those things that promote trauma within us. What is trauma? It's emotional, psychological, or physical in its response to an event or anything that make you feel overwhelmed or threatened. Trauma affects everyone differently. So you have some people who may experience trauma in a way that is physical. It could be physical and psychological. It could be socially withdrawing themselves from situations, staying away from triggers that they know is going to bring about these thoughts and this feeling state that they don't want. So trauma is different for everyone. Trauma can result from physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual assault, domestic violence, childhood neglect, serious accidents, military combat, natural disasters, medical emergencies, sudden loss of a loved one, and community violence. So when a person has been a part of a traumatic event or have witnessed a traumatic event, they are more likely to have anxiety, depression, irritability, difficulty trusting others, sleep problems, flashbacks. That means thoughts that just rapidly come into their thinking process, nightmares, difficulty concentrating, feeling emotionally numb, and some people will resort to using substances like alcohol or drugs to help them to cope with the situation or the thoughts. Here are some important facts to remember. Trauma is common. That means a lot of people experience trauma. Healing is possible. Recovery happens when you do the work, and it takes time to get through it. So there's no need to rush. Take your time. And also, when you do the work, do it in small chunks. That means you're going to do something for at least 15 minutes. That's going to help you to cope with your trauma. Remember, you can always ask for help, Majestic Queen. And let me say, even though this is the Majestic Queen audio podcast, please understand that kings are affected too. So anyone who is experiencing the trauma can actually listen to these presentations. Asking for help is a strength. You are more than what happened to you. Keep that in mind. So let's talk a little bit about healthy coping. So it means opening up to trusted people who are supportive of you, who will listen to you. You need to practice your deep breathing exercises. Breathe in, count to 10, slowly breathe out. Repeat it several times until you feel yourself feel calm. Get regular exercise. Remember, exercise should be for at least 30 minutes. So the 30 minutes can occur in intervals. It could be exercise 3 times a day for 10 minutes, exercise 2 times a day for 15 minutes. That will... I do apologize. That is my alarm, letting me know that I need to do clinical notes. Well, for today, it's already been done. Alarm, boo. Now back to what I was saying. You could exercise for 15 minutes twice a day. That is your 30 minutes. So you don't have to do 30 minutes all at once. You know, I never knew that before. But then I read it somewhere and I said, oh, that makes it more reasonable, especially if you are my age. And really, the energy level is now down. It's not up. When I was younger, it was up. Now that I'm older, I can only do 15 minutes. You know, Majestic Queen, and if we have any kings in the house, you will find that I will be laughing through these presentations. I am very serious about my work, but I always try to find the humor in life. So you can also do things like journal your thoughts, attend to counseling sessions, and develop healthy routines. That means staying away from excessive alcohol use. And if you're in any type of treatment for alcohol addiction or abuse, then that means sobriety and no alcohol use. You must drink those version drinks if you're out in public, okay, with your group of friends. And also keep in mind that it means no drug use whatsoever. And so these are hopefully helpful to you. Now, there are some reflection questions that I want you to just think about. Because as we venture through the next several weeks together, Majestic Queen, I will focus the attention on grief and trauma. That's what it's all about for season 5. Because, you know, it's just so imperative that we understand that there are a lot of stressful and traumatic situations going around in our communities. We see things happening politically that can promote stress and trauma for some people. So we must be cognizant, and that means to be aware of what's going on around us, but we must maintain a healthy coping lifestyle to deal with these issues. Other than that, we will be overwhelmed because we are only human. So that's why it's just so important, so pertinent that we, as a collective group, come together to learn this information that's going to help our lives. So here are your reflection questions. What does trauma mean to you? Keep in mind, it's different for every person. Have you experienced events that were overwhelming to you? More than likely, you have experienced at least one event, if not directly happening to you, vicariously. And vicariously means that it's helping you to understand that these things are happening to a other person that you may know, and it's affecting you. So vicariously is happening to someone else, but it affects you because you are connected to this individual or these individuals. So keep that in mind. The next reflection question: how has trauma affected your life? And keep this in mind. It can affect your relationships, work activities, school activities, your physical health, your mental health, your substance use, your strengths. So it can really bring you down. But if you're careful, it doesn't have to. Now, the next reflection question is, what are your strengths? What strengths have helped you to survive? Because we all have it. Now, unfortunately, some people don't think that they do. But the strengths are anything that you're good at. For example, arts and crafts, singing, building, doing maintenance activities, going out with supportive friends, enjoying concerts. So what are your survival mechanisms? You have to really reflect on this question, because it is the survival mechanisms that are going to help you to get through the difficult times. Now, the final reflection question is, what is one healthy step that you can take this week to ensure that you are psychologically and emotionally, physically strong? So, you could read a good book. You can write in your journal. You can exercise. You can go out into nature. You can go to a concert. You can be around good friends, having good conversation. You can do arts and crafts. You can listen to music. Anything that's going to help you to build your toolbox so that when these traumatic situations abound, and keep in mind, most of the time they come when we do not expect it, but when they come, you are prepared, you are ready, you can deal with this, and then you can move on. Well, Majestic Queen, and if I have any kings present, I want you to know I am your support system, even if only through these video presentations. Now, I have developed the workbook, and it's just really a group of worksheets and fact sheets that you can utilize. And I will be sure to tell you how you can receive it, so that if you want to work through the activities and read about what we just talked about, you can do so. Now, that is a section of the workbook. This workbook is 14 pages long. And so there are other things that can help you that's in the workbook. I will give you the email information so that you can email me and I can send you an electronic copy. Now, the only thing that I am going to request in return is that you send a Cash App donation. The Cash App donations are going to be for something that I plan to do in the future. It could be anything. It could be contacting you so that you can receive a relaxation box. It could be some event that I have virtually online that you can receive a discount ticket to, all because you have made a donation. It could be the social group that I have formed that allows people to come together and be in a cohesive group to enjoy some activity, especially if you live in the Baltimore area. It could be so that you can receive an additional workbook or some additional information. I am in the process of thinking it all out. So the donation that I am going to request is simply less than $10. I am not requesting a lot for this workbook presentation, but please do contribute because it is so important that we get the information out there. And of course, it takes my time and my energy to create the presentations and the workbooks. So please donate, and I will make my Cash App information available also. Thank you for your time, and we will come together in another presentation that is related to grief and trauma, because we are helping each other to get through it, and healing is possible. And by the way, I am Dr. O. And yes, I am truly a mental health and substance use professional. I have written many workbooks. You can find these workbooks on Amazon. And so I will put the link in the description so that you can, if you want to, purchase the book from Amazon. I have written journal articles that's related to different topics. And so I will ensure that I put that information so that if you want to read some of what I've written, you can find it on Google Scholar. I am, once again, Dr. O. That is the name that I utilize online. But my name is different. You can call me Dr. O. You can email me when I send you the information that will be in this video presentation description. Thank you for your time and have a blessed evening.